Are you a bidet enjoyer? Do you have one?
No, I don't. I understand it. I think if I've used it, it's been a long fucking time. But the way I've always learned it to be, if you have mud on your arm,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You don't get a dry cloth and wipe that shit off. You get the hose and you clean her off,
You need
right?
some water. Yeah. You need some
Yeah.
water.
So
I got one. I bought a Tushy one off Amazon on Saturday and installed it this morning. I got to say, I really like it. I'm surprised by how much I like it. It's almost like too much. The water's a little cold and it's a little weird. Yeah, I see one smart fella saying it leaves you a little like wet sometimes, but I mean, you can like just dry it off. It's fine. It's not a no toilet paper solution. It's a less toilet paper solution, I would say. And it definitely leaves you feeling clean. So I recommend that. I had Huddle D over for dinner with his wife on Saturday night, and he showed up wearing a Kindly MD hoodie and a Kindly MD hat to the meal. I sent it to a couple of the guys in the Corn Lords chat there for a laugh. Pretty funny.
Showed up on our show when he was talking to Praveen.
Yeah.
And he was wearing a Kindly MD hat. And
Love
to be
it.
honest, I had no idea that was the logo.
The frog?
Is it? I just remember it being green. That's
it's a frog. Yeah, it's a frog.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't give a
Good
fuck.
to see him. We had a bunch of sushi and a bunch of beers. It was a nice evening. Yep.
What'd you do during the huge Cloudflare outage? How did it impact you?
We talked about this on Access of Easy. I am a big like morning coffee, Twitter. I do some stuff for our show, do some stuff for the Access of Easy show, like in terms of just, messing around with some of the stuff on YouTube and trying to grab plays from places that I have no business grabbing plays from. And I usually am watching something or reading something as well. And Twitter wasn't working. I think I mentioned to you that Wealthsimple wasn't working or not working well. TradingView was okay. It was kind of in
Discord,
and out. I'm guilty of never going on the CBP Discord, so I should change that. I didn't even know Discord was down, but I'm not a big ChatGPT guy, so I don't use that in the mornings. But I did notice it. How about you? You noticed it? You don't care?
Just a Twitter one was the only one that I really noticed. But yeah. I just wanted to point out that went down and it took down some things with the internet. You weren't able to access it, but Bitcoin still worked, right? The Bitcoin network. You could have still broadcasted your transaction. You could still verified your transaction. The Bitcoin network worked regardless of Cloudflare being up or down. So I should have put this more in the Bitcoin side of things, but it just more impacted everybody for anyways.
Yeah,
that's that. Quick story about the UK. Love the UK. I'm going to be very quick. They had a German citizen go over there, and he was dealing drugs, caught. And they decided to sentence him, but he's not going to be deported, right? Because he would face a very significant obstacle if he was going to be deported back to Germany, right? So Saleh Hussein Hamid, 25 years,
a classic German name. Yes, so of course. I think wasn't he on one of the World Cup teams? Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
So Saleh Hussein Hamid,
he's a direct descendant of the Chancellor himself. Yes. Okay.
He's allowed to stay in the UK because he does not speak German well enough, despite being a German citizen. So the convicted drug dealer is not going to go back to his native Germany because his German is just not good enough.
You know who else? You know who else probably can't visit Germany is a guy who's going to win the upcoming Namibian election. I don't know if you've been keeping an eye on this.
No,
well, this is Namibia Corner here on CBP. There's a politician making waves in Namibia for a number of different reasons. You may recognize him and his name, politician
Adolf
Hitler Unona. He's poised to win a second local election in Southwest Namibia. So
is he a native, originally born in Austria, it says there, doesn't it?
I don't know. I have no idea. But this is nuts. This is a nuts story. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. It seemed like the right time to do it. Crazy things happening in the world of global politics.
Yeah. And
how does that guy get the name Adolf Hitler Urona or whatever his last name was. What is give me the timeline. Give me the breakdown of the events leading up to that. Starting with World War II, obviously. That's event number one. But then what happens after that?
I'm not sure what happened between World War II and now. But he looked like he was probably what, in his 40s?
59. He's 59.
Okay. Looked really good. So
boomer age, right? 59. That's a young boomer, I think. So
yeah, absolutely.
Or an old boomer? No, young boomer.
No, that's young boomer. Yeah. Anyways, Japan.
Yes.
Talk about Japan. I'm not sure if you heard, but they're going to be pumping out some stimulus that's going to be helping out the economy. At least that's the plan.
Talked about it with Phil on Friday. Yeah, wild. The yen intervention continues.
Yeah, 135 billion is this package. That's US dollars. In yen, I have no idea. So the intention is to help people deal with inflation. And I like the fact that they are trying to overcome inflation by just making it.
What year is it? 2022? I thought we already did this. Nancy Pelosi stepping down from U.S. politics. Is she headed over there to drive policy? Is that what the plan is?
Is that a recent thing? Did she step down today?
Yeah, last week or 2 weeks ago. She's
I didn't know that.
She's not going to run for re-election. She's done.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene?
She's done too, yeah. Marjorie Trader Greene.
Yeah, and then that guy in East Coast of Canada that didn't switch parties.
I don't know. But anyway, the Japan thing, like did we not already go through this in every modern nation on the earth like 2 years ago? It was so recent. How did people forget about this already? The Inflation Reduction Act and all this other nonsense.
You're telling me spending and cutting taxes at the same time is not going to help out in a long run inflation? I mean, really?
Say it ain't so. We got nothing else.
Is the reason.
It's like that book, the meme guy who's crying on the bed and he's like reading the book, and the title of the book is like How to Stop Inflation. And then the first page is Stop Spending, and the next square he's just crying. He's like, he can't believe it. This is exactly what Japan must be feeling like right now. We have no other options. All we know how to do is print and intervene in our currency market, and that's it. That's the whole skill set. That's the whole toolbox.
So some of this, they're going to be buying more government bonds or issuing, more government bonds.
For sure. And who's buying them? BOJ, baby. BOJ.
Right. It's the perfect scam, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to be giving up money to parents that have children. Is one thing Japan does have is a huge problem with low birth rate, and it's been like that for a long time. And so this is one. Maybe this initiative, it's hard to really say it's terrible either way that they're doing it. They're going to be cutting taxes on gas. So gasoline over there, it's going to be a little cheaper tax-wise. Enhanced shipbuilding, and they're going to spend more money on defense.
Enhanced shipbuilding sounds like a Castle Age of Empires technology that I would research before rushing into my opponent's base. Enhanced shipbuilding. We don't have a better name than that.
That's what's found in this Reuters article.
Sad.
And so it's going to eventually, all in all, if you want to break down this money, it's going to be about $1,000 that's going to be kind of divvied up per person. It's obviously not going to be equal, but that's what it's going to be. If you want to do the average, that's what it is. Good luck. This is where this is going to go. It's a disaster over there. And
how's the
I'm surprised the yen hasn't collapsed. It's been holding steady.
It has been, but how's the Japanese 10-year look?
I haven't looked.
Let's look. Live research here on CBP over on CNBC.com. Not great.
Is it an inverted yield curve?
It was 1.3 in April, and it's 1.8, just shy of 1.8 now. So headed up on a pretty steep curve.
Difference.
Yeah. Great.
The budget passed in Canada. Yay.
Yippee.
Yeah. And you know what? It passed. And is it going to change anything?
Hard to say. What do you think? Now think about what you mean by anything, first of all. Like day to day. You think it's not. I think it could. And I think there's a couple of things going on. I said
over a long term, maybe, but not short term.
How long are we talking?
5-10 years? Is the ones that are short term are like the Bill C2? Is that the one that's one, and the Online Harms Act? Is that
Online Harms.
So those are the ones.
The recent CanCon redefinition, broad redefinition of what Canadian content is, including streamers.
To a lesser degree, that one. But the first two is for people that interact and use the internet. So those, I think, I look at those are impactful almost on a day-to-day basis, and that's immediate impact.
Yeah.
The budget is going to be a longer term thing.
Okay.
But there's no
Fair
hope.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think?
I don't think.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't think that we're going to see, what was it, $75 billion, give or take, was the deficit.
80, 78,
80 billion?
I think. 78. Yeah.
If we're going to say 60 billion next year, are you going to go over or under that number?
Well, it's going to be over. Millennial moron again, like guy, just an autistic attention to detail on the budget side, makes these videos, and I think now he realizes that he's right and early almost every time on these things. And he made a great point about the operating and like the way they're balancing these budgets, and we talked about it on the show last week. I also think that he'll probably come out with something about the spending as it rolls out, because right now the budget is pretty high level, but we'll see some more stuff coming through. You know, we just gave, what was it? 500 million, something like that.
So the European Space Agency?
Yeah. Like the Italians, like space scaffolding program. Is that what they're giving it to, or what? What about our program? What about our reverse bond, our, efforts?
Well, I did a little bit. So it's a 10-fold increase. This increased. So before they were spending around 50 million to the European Space Agency. Now it's going to be 500 and change. In terms of NASA, they're doing the Canada Arm 3 they're giving out, and that's going to be, it's in the billions, that number. So they're still more committed to NASA than it is to European Space Agency. But let's be honest, the European Space Agency.
Do you know what I want to know, Len? Is that going to be accounted for as defense or NATO spending?
Is that? I don't think so.
You'd be surprised. Well, a lot of European leaders now saying the next frontier of war is going to be in space, and so they're trying to do some clever accounting to keep
they are
happy, right? So
the island of Sicily, they've been talking for decades to build a bridge between that and Italy, and they are saying it's going to be 10 billion euro to do this bridge. And they are saying that is going to be their commitment to the NATO budget.
There you go.
This building of the bridge. So yeah, creative accounting certainly exists.
That's
so it's no guarantee they're going to go ahead with this. Just,
what is the rationale for saying that's defense spending?
That's a good question. I don't know.
You don't know. This thing's not even plugged in now. I can't hear you.
Oh, I can't hear you at all right now. Nothing. Oh no, we lost Joey. Okay, there's still nothing, buddy. I don't know. You're muted over on that side. These are the technical challenges.
How about now?
Yeah, we could hear. Could you hear me though?
No,
can't hear me. I could hear you, but you can't.
What are we gonna do here? What happened?
My God. So I
have to turn my
do sign language.
Hold on a sec. It's playing.
Yeah, I could hear myself.
Say something now.
I'm speaking.
You're back.
Okay.
You're back. All right.
So yeah, I don't know how they're doing it. Either way, I find that funny. But yeah, the budget passed, and nobody really wanted to go and bring it down. Good for them. Bring it on, man.
Do you believe these stories that conservative MPs were hiding in the curtains leading up to the vote, just in case the right number of people were unable to abstain and they had to further abstain?
Yeah.
100%. That's pretty wild.
They can't have an election. The only party that wants to have an election is the is the Green Part. Oh.
Yeah.
No, the Bloc.
Yeah.
We're going for every fucking party. It's the Bloc. That's the only one that at least wants to have an election today. Everybody else doesn't want to have one. Maybe the Greens. Maybe.
Elizabeth May's been talking an awful lot on the media circuit the last little while about the budget and about some other stuff. That party's super proud they got the prime minister to say that he would honor the Paris Accord, I think, in the budget scrum during QP. Did you see that clip? That you can't honor the Paris climate agreements and also build a pipeline. It can't be done. So not sure how that's going to work. He also said today or yesterday that AI and other data centers are going to have to be carbon neutral. Talk about falling on your sword. Canadians need Bitcoin more than any other country. I honestly believe that. And the IMF saying that us and Germany have the most capacity for deficit spending. If you don't think that's the kiss of death, I don't know what is. That's like the ultimate just inverse indicator of what's actually going on in the financial world.
there's no coming out of this. There's just, even if you look at people that have moved to Canada, I'm going to talk about the story of the immigrants that came to Canada. A lot are leaving. So this is a report issued by the Institute for Canadian Citizenship, and they're saying people with certain skill sets or education aren't sticking around in Canada for the long run. And I'm speaking about people that have PhDs, legitimate healthcare workers and scientists. People, they've gone through schooling. They're highly skilled workers. And the report says within 5 years of arriving in Canada, 11% of those with PhDs leave. 36% in healthcare gone, and also 36% for scientists gone.
Shocking.
If you look at this further, individuals with a doctorate are more than twice as likely to move away from Canada than people with a bachelor's degree. So highly educated people are more likely to leave Canada than to stay here. This is for the immigrants, the people that have come here for a better life. And between that, if you look at it, the people that are staying here are, well, they're bucking the trend, are people from Taiwan, from Philippines, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, and Jamaica. The people that are leaving are people from Taiwan, United States, France, Hong Kong, or Lebanon.
Yeah.
So with that, also take into consideration, if you look at the net emigration that's going on, people that are Canadian citizens, 27% departed Canada Q1 of 2025. That's the largest number of people that left Canada in this category since 2017. This isn't taking people study permits, foreign workers. These are people that are Canadian citizens, like people like you and I, Joey. Take that for what you will. There seems to be a trend here that is growing, and what is being left behind are those wannabe engineers, those wannabe doctors. They're the ones that are going to be left behind here.
I listened
Is
to
that a recipe for success. Fuck that.
Yeah, I listened to a clip the other day that I retweeted. I think it was the president of Taiwan from, I would get, the interview looks like it's at least 10 years old, but could be even older than that. And he's talking about immigration. He's talking about who you want to immigrate. This is the founding father of Singapore talking about immigration. I'm going to share this clip against my better judgment, because I think some people are going to say this is insensitive or whatever, but it's interesting to me that this is still somehow a question. Everybody who's ever run a successful nation feels the same way about immigration, except it seems for us. So let's I want to make sure you can hear this. Can you hear it?
It's not playing.
I know. Hold on. Can you hear it?
And immigrants is America's strength.
Absolutely. But mind you, immigration of the highly intelligent and highly hardworking, very hardworking people.
Mm.
If you get immigration of the fruit pickers, you may not get very far.
There has never been truer words spoken by a world leader anytime about immigration than those ones right there. All we are bringing in is fruit pickers. Anyone who's worth their salt is leaving. That's the end of the story. That is the end of the story. GDP per capita barely moving, just crawling, And Boomer's bringing up a good point. Remember, it's funny we talk about fruit pickers. Remember Conestoga ran that ad where the guy came here from India to learn how to cut vegetables the right way. Remember that? Time is a flat circle, man. It's like that you're seeing the same shit over and over again, and it's costing guys like you and me and other, longtime Canadians, any color, any race, any religion. Don't call me a racist. I think you're a fucking moron if you think that. You're just ignoring the obvious at this point.
Yeah, people just need to make plans. I think living in a urban environment in Canada is going to be more challenging.
Oh my God, yeah.
So you got to just move away somewhere else, and then if not, even just pick up and go somewhere to a different country. That's probably the best. But where do you go?
You guys right? Use mine, buddy.
that is the big thing, because there is no one answer that it checks all the boxes.
It's just everywhere. Like talking to some American friends today, even they're saying like their large cities are just suddenly overrun with Indians. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Which large city in the United States would you want to move into? I can't think of one.
Large city?
I can't think of one. Like, you think about it,
depends how you define
Denver-
large. Can I get like any state capital? Basically, is that what you're saying?
No, because whatever
Hmm.
would be the capital of I can not Louisiana. It was some of those.
Yeah,
really small
Pablo's
states.
saying Nashville. Nashville's not a bad pick.
I don't know if that classified it as a big city. Like, I'm thinking like
I got
Denver,
a family now,
Seattle,
so like, you know, I got
Portland,
I mean,
LA,
you'd never live
San
in any of those places.
Francisco,
Never lived in
San
any of those places.
Diego, Austin.
We gotta define the
Dallas,
terms here.
Houston.
How, like, what's a big city is the most important thing.
Okay, that's. But you could kind of self-define this, right? Like,
Yeah.
which big city would you like? There's not many or none. Miami, Atlanta, New York,
Mhm.
Chicago, Philadelphia,
Mhm.
right? They can just keep going on. Like
It's a short
Detroit.
list. It's a short list. Yeah. Yeah.
Cleveland, like fuck. So same thing. Like, which big city would you want to live in Canada? Vancouver, Toronto.
Oh, you can't. You can't.
Right.
Yeah, you
So
can't.
you gotta go somewhere else. So you gotta find
Where
so,
is
like,
the big? Where is the big question? It's the question of the decade here in a lot of ways.
you know what? Canada is still a decent place to make a living. I think if you want to work, the United States too, like you could have an ability to make a nest egg, and with that,
And then-
pick up
and then
take
go.
it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But United States is probably the best place to do that,
Mhm.
just because the purchasing power over there. But man,
Yeah.
like, where would you like? I don't know, Texas somewhere.
Maybe that's on the list for sure. There's some flyover states that have relatively big cities. Dakota, Wyoming, places like that.
Wyoming is really nice, from what I understand it, especially if
Yeah.
you like the cold weather.
Yeah. I could be
Well, the
convinced,
same
man.
thing.
I could be convinced. Culture and safety are more important to me than sunshine. In a lot
Have
of
you
ways. So
did the math, figured it out? Like, sort of, because we know somebody that picked up and left. He's been in
Yeah.
a show just
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. You could do, I don't want to say who it is, but
Yeah.
you know, like, there are opportunities out there to.
if
to
you
do
own
it.
if you own a pretty nice, like if you own a property in Canada, chances are it's worth $1 million, a little more, a little less. You could pick up and sell that property, pay no cap gains if it's your primary, and then go to the States and buy a house, no mortgage, not worry about that. Get a great health insurance plan. It's all doable. The question is, like, how much friction are you willing to endure along the way? Because there will be friction. Moving jurisdictions is a very difficult thing to do.
At least
So.
with the United States, culturally, it's very close to Canada. It's not like
Yeah.
you have to learn new languages, or just, it's very similar to what we have here. Somebody was mentioning in the chat, Victoria. You know, you've been to
Victoria's
Victoria.
nice. Yeah, Victoria's nice. We were just there a
Yeah,
couple
so
of years
you-
ago. My wife and I was really nice.
Somebody once told me it's for the newlywed and nearly dead.
That's what
I don't know if
that's what
it's-
people say about Dundas too. Newlyweds and nearly deads. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know
Those
if
are the
that's- anyway,
communities you want. Type in newlyweds and nearly deads and see what cities come up, and then start getting your Zillow app fired up. Find a place to live. Maybe that's
Is
the answer.
Buffalo like that?
Buffalo is just nearly deads, I think. Yeah. And a lot
They're
of
getting a new
lot of-
stadium though, right?
and a lot of personal injury lawyers. Yeah, they are. They are. That's right.
Canada Post. I'm not sure if you saw this story, but looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
a tentative agreement has been reached with their workers. And we had a strike last year in December, if you remember that one. We also had one a couple of months ago, and we have these rotating strikes that's been going
Hey,
on at least
tell
for
me
the last
something.
month or two. Mhm.
That last set of strikes, that was Wildcat, right? Was extra legislative, I think. I believe that was an illegal strike based on some comments from the prime minister, was it not?
I can't comment. I don't know.
I think it
It
was.
seemed like initially I thought it was, but I just don't have enough data to say for sure it is.
Okay.
There isn't. But that sparked an Atlantic region. Like, it's some depot in Atlantic that said, fuck it, we had enough. And it spread from there. Like, that's, anyways. So the new agreement, at least the strikes are going to be done, right? Like, this tentative agreement. We don't have the details, but the executives at Canada Post, they've been saying some interesting things this past week. And some of the following quotes from executives are, we're clearly overstaffed and also effectively insolvent.
Yeah.
These are words from their mouths.
50
And it
million
looks
a
like-
day losing, I think, right? Was that the number?
I could tell you it's at 1 billion over the first 9 months. So
Okay, so that 50
maybe
million a
could be-
day might be.
could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're going to be downsizing through attrition. And they also, remember, they got a loan from the government of Canada earlier this year because they were in financial troubles.
Mhm.
And they say that they're going to be changing delivery standards, because if they're going to be downsizing the force and also changing how they're going to be delivering mail. Instead of having the standard 2 to 4 days, it may jump up to 3 to 7 days.
Where is the Canada Post standard 2 to 4 days? I send shit out all the time. Footballs. It's never 2 to 4 days. Never. 7 days is the minimum.
Is a letter different than a package? I don't know.
Fucking better not be, because I'll tell you, the package is a lot more expensive to send. It's not just about the weight; it's about tracking and other stuff too. And by the way, Canada Post now, I don't know if it's every courier, but you have to pay the duties in advance. So when I send stuff to the States, I got to pay the duties up front.
Do you put the Sikh stamp on it?
No.
I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you get, I don't know.
You get duty free like that?
I just like the fact that they're honoring those 11 soldiers from World War I with those Sikh stamps. These guys are. Anyways. God. Joey, do you want to go right to the Hamilton versus Brampton match?
We can. To be honest with you, I kind of got to take a shit. So I'm muting myself, pretending I have to cough, but I'm actually letting out like.
Actually, no. We'll do one last story. Okay, last story.
Sure.
So it's a Canadian man. I'm going to just read the article here. He lost his 16-year legal battle to get back more than 1.2 million in Canadian dollars that he had stored in bizarre locations around his home. You heard the story?
I got sent this story by a number of people in my life. Some of them, I wonder why they sent it, and others I don't wonder. But yeah.
So I'm going to read the story, and we could tie it into Bitcoin. So on December 1st, 2009, police visited this guy, Marcel Breton, his rural property that's outside Thunder Bay, for an illegal handgun. And there they discovered that he had $15,000 worth of Canadian bills on the floor, heating ducts of his living room, and also $32,000 stored in locations around his garage, and also $1.2 million in rubber bins buried in the ground under their garage.
That's a wild spot. That's a wild spot.
So he had in total $1.19 million. And so, yeah, they also found a variety of drugs, cocaine, marijuana, ecstasy. And so he was charged with various offenses, including possession of proceeds of crime. And he was convicted. There's a retrial. And he successfully argued that the search of his property was not lawful. And so he was acquitted on that. But either way, with the matter of the money, this is great stuff. So 2023, it was determined in Ontario court that the lion's share of the money is going to go to the Canadian government.
Amazing.
And so
they sent it to the European Space Program. They sent it to women clearing minefields in Botswana, or whatever I said today on Sip and Rip. It's gone. So money's gone.
Justice Bruce Fitzpatrick was saying that it's unusual for an average person to store a large amount of money buried in tubs underneath their property. And it was bundled in $20 Canadian bills, which is commonly used in drug trade. That's what they're saying. Also, this guy didn't file any taxes between 2001 and 2008. And so, so he's saying that he wanted the money in a lottery or casino, and he also earned it in his vehicle repair business. But in the end, he managed to keep $15,000. It was the court decided, you know what, the money that was found in the vents of his home, it's his. But the rest, over 1 million, gone to the government. Look, you're Bitcoin, man. Make sure you have those keys in the right spot.
Do you think
if you find it at an event, you're fucked?
Do you think he'll get the cash back in a lawsuit? Almost for sure, right? Almost for sure he'll get the cash back if he sues the government over it.
It's got to go.
It's not their money. He won the case. It's not their money.
As long as the courts decide, and you know who appoints the judges.
I know.
Who needs the money.
Yeah.
So come on. This is I don't want to say it's a slam.
They're counting the pension assets in the net debt. So a couple of bucks in the guy's garage probably already spoken for, I would say. Can't wait to see what they spent it on. Are they going to give me a line by line accounting of the 1.6 million, 1.2 million, whatever it was?
No, just put in the general fund and then dig it up from there. Yeah.
Nice. TGA. Beautiful. Okay.
The prime minister's in South Africa, so maybe it's going to help pay for the fuel costs. And
who's he visiting? Our friend from earlier?
G20.
I hope not. Okay. Anyway,
it was G20, and he met up with Modi, and then they have this new agreement between them and also
Australia.
Yeah. So
two countries being absolutely torched by Indian immigration. Anyway,
all right.
Indian man. I mean, Brampton man versus Hamilton man. Let's cut to it. Who's the sponsor of that?
256 Heat, where you can heat your home and mine for Bitcoin at the very same time. You could do it in a way that's going to be quiet, effective, and you can just simply plug it into your regular outlets. You don't need the 220 or 240. Just, you know what, got your 110, plug it in there, and away you go. Easy to do. Check out Tuan, reach out to him, and he'll be able to guide you on the path, what you need, what's going to cost. And you know what? It's very quiet. Joey has one running right now beside him.
Yep.
Can't even hear it.
No.
I have one in the garage, so I can't say that you could hear it or not hear it. It's it's obviously it's far away from
I
us.
love this thing. Dee and his wife both thought it was pretty cool too. As soon as he came in, that's the first thing they went for. He wanted to see the miner. So yeah, it's a banger, man. People love these things once they have them. I expect you guys to love yours as well when you get it, and you can't beat it, man. I don't know what else to say. Like it's a it's a great product. I really do stand by it. Yeah.
You have different options, so check them out. 256heat.com, and don't forget to say we sent you.
Totally. Okay.
All right, let's talk about this man that built.
Yeah.
He built a $400,000 poolside oasis on city parkland, and he spent this. It was a poolside structure, a patio, and a new driveway beside his home. And he did this all during the pandemic. And the problem, he did it without permits.
Yeah.
And he did it on the taxpayer-owned city property city property. It's a park, and it was considered environmentally significant. And yet he decided to fucking build this shit nonetheless. The illegal structure is described as a detached 3-season building, also with a fancy garage. And this guy collected to date more than $5,600 in fines after a building code conviction was done. And he said that the building is air conditioned and has to be torn. This guy had it all, man.
Yeah.
Air conditioned, has to be torn down, and has to be restored back to the way the city had it before. And he says that this is really good. He says he's willing just to buy the land for $150,000 and give it to the city, and they could do whatever they want with that money. He says this is a win-win. The property wasn't being used. The city's going to get $150,000, and he's going to get that nice poolside lot beside his. So yeah, they got this guy that just decided to build on land he didn't fucking own. I love that stuff. That's number one.
Okay.
So next one we have this man was charged after alleged hate-motivated road rage incident, and it left a pedestrian seriously injured.
Okay.
And police say a man was charged after a hate-motivated confrontation, and it escalated into a serious hit-and-run collision. And it happened on a Saturday around 2:30 a.m. this past month. And it was reports of a pedestrian struck by a vehicle at a home. And the incident, they alleged, began as a road rage dispute during which the driver followed the victim to a nearby residence, and he shouted obscenities and made racially charged comments, and he did struck the victim with his vehicle. He said he dragged the victim about 5 meters before the driver fled. The pedestrian was taken to a trauma center with non-threatening injuries. The guy was arrested and charged with dangerous operation of motor vehicle, aggravated assault, failure to stop an accident, causing bodily harm, and obstructing a peace officer. So those are your two stories. You have the guy that built the poolside oasis for $400,000 and wants to buy it for $150K, and you have the other guy that ran over a pedestrian after just shouting out at him and flee the cops. So yeah, what do you think? Which is one? Which is the other?
Okay, so I know the Oasis guy is in Hamilton because I read that story a million times, and I think he's eventually gonna lose that case.
No fucking shit.
Yeah, even though there was a time where I thought he was gonna win middle of this year.
I picked the story from
now.
a couple of years ago, thinking he'd fly under the radar, but
he's gonna lose. Yeah. I'm too connected. I know everything about that kind of stuff. And then the other guy, the other giveaway is that the guy actually offered to give money for the parcel of land instead of just saying, sorry, I bought it and I've already built on it and my family's living here. So that was an easy one. I'm curious about the Brampton man's obscenities uttered. I'd love to get the audio recording of that if we could.
No, I don't have that one. It's struggling to open up the article. I could tell you the name of the individual.
Sure.
22-year-old Nikolai Tindiris.
Tindiris. Okay.
Tindiris. Nikolai Tindiris.
Not an Indian guy. Wow.
No.
Deep cut.
So There you go. So that's the Hamilton versus Brampton men brought to you by 256heat.com. Joey, you
I
go
love
take
it.
a dump. You
Awesome.
go use your bidet.
Awesome.
Yes,
It was great
it's a
talking to you.
good day.
Great seeing everyone in the chat. Another well-attended show. We will see you. I don't know. Maybe I'll get around to do an interview this week. We'll see. A lot of people I want to talk to, but time is the problem. So
Yes, sir.
if not, you have to live with the sip and rip for now. And until next time, friends, take care of yourselves.
Take care.